The home of English soccer, Wembley Stadium, will not be sold following the withdrawal of American businessman Shahid Khan's near $800 million offer. It was the Times chief writer, Henry Winter, who actually drew my attention to the ramifications that this could have. It's not just filling the FA's pockets full of money it doesn't need. It's about community football as well, and how actually that money could have been actually tripled via other bodies getting involved and used for football throughout the country as well. So it's got a lot of ramifications, this.
It was always a contentious issue whether or not Wembley Stadium was going to be sold. Some people, like Gary Neville, the former England right-back and Manchester United captain, said that they could have raised the money other ways to supplement grassroots football. But Shahid Khan, this was an unsolicited offer that he made to the FA. They weren't looking to sell, but once it came in, they were quite happy to listen to it. But he's now pulled out because he's decided that it's too divisive, because the FA Council were going to vote on this as of next week, but there was a feeling as of a couple of weeks ago that Shahid Khan wasn't going to get the support, or only a very narrow majority, whether or not this was going to go through or not. And so he decided to pull this now rather than face more controversy. But he hasn't ruled out coming back to the idea later on. He said about this, until such a time where is evident there is unmistakable directive from the FA to explore and close a sale, I'm respectfully withdrawing my offer to purchase Wembley Stadium. Now, Shahid Khan has already got ties to Wembley Stadium almost by proxy. He is the owner of the NFL team, the Jacksonville Jaguars, who have regularly played at least one home fixture at Wembley Stadium, or essentially it is a home fixture at Wembley Stadium for many times over the past decade, and they'll be back there again next week as well to play the reigning Super Bowl champions, the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, the FA, they've said that after a recent meeting with Mr. Khan, he expressed to us that without stronger support from within the game, he, as I said already, has seen this offer as being more divisive than it was anticipated, and has decided to withdraw the proposal. Khan went to lengths to even say that Fulham wouldn't be relocated, his Premier League side that would play in West London, they wouldn't be relocated to Wembley Stadium. So he tried to make assurances that this wouldn't affect the English game, to the point where the curators of the English game were worried about. But at the same time, now he's decided to take that offer off the table.
It's a little bit like everything else we talk about around markets, M&A, your price that you're buying at, and we've got fairly inflated prices now on a lot of assets. Why would you buy this now? And I think the question is whether he can hold out and wait, whether someone will come in and try and trump him where he loses the asset that he obviously wants to buy. And if there's not someone standing in the wings, can you wait and buy this asset in a year or 2, 3 years' time much cheaper?
The unprecedented nature of this potential purchase was basically what drew everyone's attention to it. It's never happened before. The idea that a private owner should come in and take on such as what is essentially seen as quite a crown jewel of English football. People can be very protective of traditions in English football, and Wembley Stadium, although this is the new version of Wembley Stadium, opened since 2007, that it's still protected. Now, again, Khan decided that he was going to make a point of saying that England games would be protected. The FA Cup final, the oldest club competition in the world, football competition in the world, was also going to remain at Wembley Stadium, but that still wasn't enough. And he said that he will revisit this. He's still committed to saying that it is Jacksonville's home away from home. He said that in a later statement to Jacksonville specifically. So the ties between Shahid Khan and Wembley Stadium look set to continue. Whether or not anyone else fancies chancing their arm, this might have even put them off, because of the contentious nature that the FA Council were going to throw spanners in the works in regards to making this an easy deal. But the FA...
Their own poison pills in.
Exactly, yeah. So the FA are looking to maybe try and find ways to make grassroots football more appealing, but this might not have been the best way to go about it. Gary Neville, as I mentioned before, he said that maybe not. You should maybe levy money against agents' fees, or they should make the Premier League clubs. Essentially, if they all put 70 million in, which isn't a lot for a Premier League club, bearing in mind Manchester United turned over nearly £600 million in revenue last year, that they could even supplement that quite easily over a short space of time.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now, to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.